It's a logical transition. Dedicate your life to poultry science, then become a moonshiner. No, that's not logical at all. Makes no sense. But for a Garland County man, his cocktail for giving back to his community came together. One part keep people from moving away, one part create jobs, one part create a craft product that brings in tourists, and one part history. It all boiled down to moonshine, whiskey. He's about to fire up the still.
Some people are really born fearful, and I just wasn't born with that fear gene.
Danny Bradley is a moonshiner, and he's not afraid to admit it.
It's illegal. It's very illegal. Yeah, back when moonshiners was making moonshine, they would come up here in the woods and in the hollers, and they would hide their moonshine and be able to get next to a creek with good water and hide.
This was kind of defensive, too.
Yeah, they'd get up here and they would hide their moonshine stills so that they could defend them when people would come in and try to steal them.
So you got your still hidden up here somewhere?
No, Bob. My still's in downtown Hot Springs. Why would I hide it up here?
What are we doing up here?
Well, I was following you.
I'm following you. He says modern-day moonshiners can pull up the roots of making whiskey along hidden streams deep down in the holler. 100% proof of that. His still. It sits in downtown Hot Springs.
This wood was cut when they built this building in the early 1900s.
Danny's history took a few turns to get him to moonshining.
I graduated from the University of Arkansas with a PhD in poultry science.
So how did Dr. Dan the Chicken Man become Dr. Dan the Moonshine Man?
Mary and I were born and raised right here in Garland County, Arkansas, and we have a heart for Arkansas. We love our home state.
After much decline in Hot Springs, the devastating Majestic fire, and now an economic rebound the city hasn't seen in decades, he and his wife found reason to take a shot at giving back.
People are really starting to understand that we have to create jobs here.
Some people might say making moonshine, I don't think is a good thing for my community.
They do say that. They do say that, and I've had a lot of that, and I've had a lot of negative feedback from people, but that's okay. I mean, I've never been afraid to do what I thought was right.
Well before creating the first batch of liquor. He created those jobs, and he's transforming a Hot Springs staple, the old country store, into Crystal Ridge Distillery with a crystal clear mission: keep creating those jobs. There is one thing he has no plan on creating.
We didn't want it to be a corny hayseed type thing. We wanted it to be a respectable place where an entire family could come.
This place is built for and around Patrick, an industrial-sized still he had made to replicate one you may find hidden in the Ouachita Mountains generations ago. During this entire process, Danny just about ran out of time.
This almost killed you.
It did, yeah, it did.
Woke up one night in pain.
Called the Widowmaker.
An unsurvivable heart attack if not treated immediately. Danny was lucky. Didn't skip a beat. Kept people working.
This could have been around since the foundation of our country, the way that it was put together.
He wants to create a place where you come and look back, not a place to come and forget.
It's not going to be a dark and smoky environment with a pool table set up. It's going to be a family establishment.
Can this modern-day moonshiner catch lightning in a bottle by way of white lightning? His distillery, like others, can operate by following strict federal permitting guidelines. Doors swing open when the first batch of moonshine is ready. As Danny says, all in good time. You never rush good whiskey. He named his still Patrick, if you're wondering, after a friend who passed away who may or may not have been a moonshiner himself back in the day. It's also a good Irish name, he says. To date, he's created 50 jobs, and like the moonshine, more will be coming. You can see an extended version of this, a web extra, by going to our website, KRK.com. There we get into the whiskey rebellion and the beginning of moonshine, all this
There's
kinds of stuff.
There's a lot to this story. Yeah. A lot of history,
too. A lot of layers.